Regan Slaymaker for Notjustboxing. I had the pleasure of joined by the former WBO Cruiserweight World Champion Johnny Nelson. Johnny, it's my first time in Riyadh. It must be multiple times for you. But I mean, does this get any more special every single time you come?
First of all, you're in a t-shirt. Do you realise it's cold right now? You made the same mistake I did last time I came out. I thought, I'm in the desert, it's going to be hot, but at night time the temperature drops. But right now, tonight it's going to be hot in here. The whole bill, from top to toe, is done. If you're a boxing fan, even if you're not a boxing fan, it is done. And you know, I'm an ex-fighter, I'm an ex-champion, and I'm also a fan. And so when I see everybody rolling, rocking and rolling in, I'm thinking, damn, Saturday night is going to be special. And listen, no matter what you say about Riyadh season, they've made things happen. They've made fights happen. They've made people sit in a room. And so you go through the whole bill. So let me just start you off. Sky, we're going to start 4 o'clock. 4:45, you're starting off with Smith against Buatsi. That'd fill any arena. That'd be top of the bill anywhere in the UK. And then 5:45, you've got Zhilei, Zhang. Again, you're thinking, and that's just to warm everybody up. So you're going through the card. The card is mad, and every fight you just think it's a bigger. I only think 2 fights are good a distance at the whole night, but I think the whole night is going to be done.
So did you say the only fights you think will go the distance?
There's only 2 fights I think will go the distance.
Apologies. Which 2 fights are there?
I think top of the bill will go the distance, and I think Ortiz will go the distance. Apart from that, I don't think anybody else sees the last round.
We'll get into those fights in a minute, but what is your pick of the bunch? Obviously, we've got the main event, which is kind of the boxing purists fight, but which one do you think is going to guaranteed banger? What's your favourite, Johnny?
It's funny because you're talking the main event, Bivol Beterbiev, but actually then you're talking normally like Parker, Dubois, and you think, oh my God, that's not top of the bill. And so, but my favourite, apart from that, I'd have to say Smith Buatsi. It is so intriguing. You know, Smith came out here yesterday when he walked down the promenade, and they were talking about his resume coming through, and I'm like, this is heavy duty, because Buatsi's like, I don't think we've seen the best of Buatsi, but we've seen the best of Smith. You look at his knockout show reel. The only one that tops that is Deontay Wilder's, because Smith has got an amazing knockout show reel. So I believe that fight goes one way or the other. The one way is this. I think if he goes the distance, Buatsi's won on points. And he's shown us something that we know it's there, but he's had no reason to show it yet. So he's going to box out of his skin and box the best of his ability. If it's an inside the distance job, I've got to lean towards Smith, because you've got to look at what this guy is capable of doing. The power he's got, the concussive knockouts he generates. That's 4:45. I'll be shattered by the time it's 6 o'clock, but wicked bill all through.
It definitely is as well. And I'll touch on the other fight that you said to go the distance. And it shocked me a little bit. Vergil, Ortiz, Israil, Madrimov. I mean, you've got Madrimov, the technical slick but punches very hard, and you've got the Vergil Ortiz, aggressive fighter, front forward fighter, but also punches very hard. And you think that's going to go the distance?
I think that will be a proper bloodbath. Okay. It's going to be a proper tough night, because both fighters will have to respect each other, because usually when you go in there and you're the biggest gun in the room, now they know they're both big bangers, both heavy-handed, both want to tear up. So now they've got to approach it differently. They'll taste a bit of blood, their own blood, for the first 2 or 3 rounds. Then after that, it's just they've got to use the brain over brawn.
Definitely, I want to touch on Big Bang Zhang versus Agit Kabayel. Personally, don't follow me around, Zhilei Zhang. I'm personally leaning towards Agit Kabayel. I want to get your prediction. Who do you think comes out on top in that? I'm not going
Kabayel. I'm not, because I think Zhang, his southpaw style, the sides of them. You compare the sides of them together. So you look at Zhang. Zhang's pace, because of his age, remember he's 40 years old, is going to be consistent. Now at the beginning, you'll be peppering him, you'll be all over the place, but when he gets to the mid-rounds, he's consistent with his strength, consistent with the pace, consistent with the punch power, consistent all the way through, and that's why he catches people out. I can remember him boxing Joyce.
Yeah, yes.
And as Joyce just can't get greedy. Now Joyce has met a bigger version of himself, and Zhang can be hit that easy. You get greedy, so you think, a rat-a-tat-tat, I'll get 3, 4, 5 shots. Oh God, I'll get 3, 5, 6, 7 shots. And he looks there to be hit, but he's strong, he's consistent, he's powerful, and the punch power he's got is mad for a big guy. So I think Kabayel, you know what, he's going in there, he thinks he's the only dog in out, he probably is on paper, but I think Zhilei Zhang is a guy that you've got to keep around. Don't go the distance. He does not go the distance.
Definitely as well. And obviously we got the news earlier that Josh Padley will be replacing Floyd Schofield.
God.
I mean, what an opportunity for a Brit as well.
What a lesson to be taught to all fighters out there. Because the problem is this. Modern day fighters, I'm talking like an old geezer now. Modern day fighters, what they do is they fight, they disappear, they go on holiday, whatever. They'll come back to train to get the weight down, then to train for a fight. You should live in the gym. You should be your lifestyle. Because opportunity does not very often. Padley at home thinking, I'm going to watch this Saturday night. Now he is the show. And this boy must be getting life-changing money for a great opportunity. Listen, that's how I won my European title. That's how twice over 8 years apart. That's how I won the British title, because I lived in the gym. So when I got the call for the fight, they're thinking, nah, he won't be ready. I was ready, all right. Padley got the shout. Listen, he's got a massive handful on. But what I'm saying is, what a great opportunity. What a lesson to be learned for other fighters that are out there.
Is it important for Shakur Stevenson? We know how good he is, right? He's pound for pound in the top 10 list. Is it important for Shakur Stevenson to not overlook Padley, just like Mark Chamberlain?
Very important. Historically in our sport, what happens is when you've got a standing a late notice opponent, because their shape, the stars and everything is different, and you kind of deflate because you think, oh man, my opponent's dropped out. It's hard to lift yourself, and you end up being in a hard fight that shouldn't be a hard fight. This could be one of those nights, believe it or not, because I thought Stevenson would be the guy that stole the show. He'd shine, and I still think he can. But the problem is, in our sport, it happens. If your opponent pulls out, then the problem is, what do you do how do you lift yourself for standing? It's hard to respect a man that you think's not ready for you.
It definitely is as well. And before we get your final predictions on the whole card, Johnny, I want to ask you one question. We asked Callum Smith this, and it went down quite well. Do you remember your first ever KO? First ever knockout that you ever got?
Yeah. Funny enough, I was just talking about it in the car with the guys. I was boxing a guy called John McBean from Birmingham. We were just talking about this just now. Boxing a guy called John McBean in Birmingham. And I couldn't get close to him. The guy was boom, boom, battering me. And then the last round, I closed my eyes and threw a shot, opened them, he was out! And I'm like, damn, because he was a proper unit. The next week, I read in the boxing news, Johnny Nelson took his time, played with him, and when he was ready, took him out. I'm thinking, are you mad? I lost every round, and I closed my eyes when I threw the shot and caught him. And I said to Matt Macklin, because Matt Macklin said he actually was from my gym, I said, tell him, I didn't even know what I was doing there. I thought I was about to lose that fight. That was pure luck. That was my first knockout. So it's a proper cartoon thing, like, one of those.
That is wicked. That's going to go everywhere, Johnny, as well. And just to finish, I'm going to go through the whole card, and I want, in one word, who's going to win them. So Smith Watsy.
Oh, I can't do that, man.
Go on, Johnny.
Move on. I'll come back to you.
Stevenson Padley.
I'm with Stevenson.
Zhang Kabayel.
Zhang.
I'm looking around. Madrimov Ortiz.
Ortiz.
Shiraz Adams.
Shiraz. 3-weight world champion he'll be.
3-weight.
Trust me, he'll be a 3-weight world champion.
Dubois Parker.
Dubois.
Beterbiev Bivol.
Bivol.
And then I'm going to throw it right back around again. Watsy Smith.
Can I just give him an explanation behind this?
Of course you can.
All right then. So if it goes the distance, that means Joshua Boats has won on points. If it's an inside the distance win, that means Smith has knocked him out. That's it. So I'm still sitting on the fence. That's the best you're going to get out of me, man.
Johnny, love it, and thank you very much.
Oh.